Hi, being a student of NTNU or National Taiwan Normal University, this video is about life in Taipei City versus life in Taichung City. I have studied and lived here in Taipei for nearly 4 years. On the other hand, my hometown is in Taichung, so I go back to Taichung once or twice in a month, and thus I think that I'm qualified for discussing this issue. Though I'm majoring in the business administration in college, my interest is in the transportation field, however. As a result, I tend to observe city buses, metro system, other relative construction, and etc. So let's start with the comparison about public transportation aspects first. In Taipei, there's a pretty convenient and clean metro system which builds across the whole city and have praised by many countries. Taipei metro system has 6 main lines and 2 branch lines, and has totally 131 stations now in 2020, making it so convenient that people can get to a station easily on foot. Nevertheless, people can't eat and drink in the trains nor the stations, and whoever violates the regulations will be fined a huge amount of money. But that is just the exactly reason why Taipei Metro is so neat compared to many city subway systems. In addition, city buses in Taipei have a complete network, arriving remote places in the city where the metro system doesn't get yet. Moreover, the density of runs is high enough that people do not need to wait so long to get on the bus. As a result, saying that you merely don't need a private vehicle to travel around the whole city if using the city buses plus the metro systems well, definitely not exaggerated. Next, when it comes to the intercity transportation, there are 3 big stations located in the northern Taiwan, which are Banqiao, Taipei, and Nangang. People can take the THSR or the Taiwan high-speed rail in all the 3 stations, meaning that traveling to the southern Taiwan, such as Tainan, Kaohsiung, where are 300 kilometers from the north, will only take you less than 2 hours. Besides, these 3 stations mentioned above are also combined by the metro system and the TRA or Taiwan Railway Administration. It represents that people can transfer to different kinds of rail network in each of the 3 stations. Last but not least, people in the northern Taiwan can even ride on the Taoyuan Airport MRT to go to the biggest and busiest airports in Taiwan. Similarly, tens of thousands of tourists come to Taoyuan International Airport, can use the same metro system to arrive in Taipei easily and fast. However, when we look at Taichung City, we will find that people drive car or ride scooter by themselves more often instead of using public transportation. Honestly speaking, they have few choices. In Taichung, the first line of the metro system will not be operated until the end of the year 2020. People can only ride on the city buses, which need to wait quite an amount of time, and it's highly possible to get stuck in a traffic jam because there are few independent bus stands in the city. Besides, you can only take the TRA in the Taichung main station, which is the traditional railway system. So unlike the 3 big stations located in the northern Taiwan, you can't transfer to the THSR in Taichung main station. In contrast, you need to take the TRA first to go to the Xinwuri station, and after that, you will then need to walk on the sidewalk for 100 meters to finally get the THSR station. This is very inconvenient because after the year 2007, when the THSR started to operate, people in Taiwan had changed their choice of long-distance traveling. More and more people tend to ride on the THSR due to its punctuality, safety, and high speed. Last, due to the reason that there are few flights in Taichung Airport, most of people still need to go to the Taoyuan International Airport if needed to go abroad, and there's not a proper public transportation option. So residents in Taichung usually drive on their own or calling a car to get there. So in brief, in a comparison about the public transportation aspect, Taipei definitely wins it. Next, let's talk about other costs of living except for the transportation fee. Be honest, having meals in Taipei is quite expensive. Take bento for example. Both bentos are 85 NT dollars in the two cities, but the one bought in Taipei is smaller than the one bought in Taichung. Yeah, I mean literally smaller. As a result, the average cost of 3 meals a day in Taipei as an adult is about 350 NT dollars. Comparing to that in Taichung is around 250 NT dollars. Moreover, people like to have some beverages when eating, right? In Taiwan, there's lots of chain beverage shops which sell handmade drinks around the island, and you can find things get interesting that the price of each drink in Taipei of the chain beverage shop is 5 NT dollars more expensive than those in the other places of Taiwan. So again, the usual cost of meals and the beverages accompanying with is high in Taipei. Okay, then let's talk about renting a house. Similar to other scenarios mentioned above, if you spend the same amount of money, you definitely live in a larger, newer and more comfortable space in Taichung. On the other hand, from my experiences, if you want to have an acceptable apartment with a toilet and a shower room in Taipei, you will need to spend at least 8,500 NT dollars per month. But this 8,500 NT dollars apartment usually located in the high floor of the old buildings which don't even have an elevator, meaning that walking the stairs would be a nightmare. In addition, in terms of observing shops in Taipei, which is also related to renting a house, sort of, you will notice that these shops have narrow spaces. If in a shop delivering foods, distance between chairs and the tables is really short, feeling that every time you merely move a little bit, you will almost approach to somebody. Though Taipei may give people a sense of feeling that this is a city with crowded people, narrow spaces, high cost of many things, etc., we just couldn't deny that Taipei is the center of politics and economy of Taiwan. Here in Taipei is so convenient, prosperous, international, there's more job opportunities, more nice lives, more things to buy, more famous places to visit, and etc. And thus making this city a place where many people want to live in after graduating from college. And in the very last part of this video, I want to talk a little about myself. I had also made a tough decision on where to start a new life after finishing the studies. Because every man needs to go to the military after graduation in Taiwan, so it is hard for people like me who have just finished study in university but haven't served in the army years to find a full-time job. Plus, the fact that the cost of living is too high if not being a native in Taipei. So I will finally live in Taichung first, and perhaps to move to another places in the future whenever I can make more money. However, my girlfriend will for sure live in Taipei in the next few years because she's already found a great job there. Honestly speaking, this is a big challenge for us to live in different cities in the near future. But we both have the confidence to conquer every obstacles confronting. Okay, hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to click that like button and subscribe button as well. Bye!